you know, most people I'm talking to, I'm not persuading them of anything, they believe pretty much the same thing anyway. But I do think, I don't know about in South Africa, but I know in Europe, particularly in Europe, preaching to the choir is critically important, because the Jewish communities in England, in France, in other countries are under siege. There's no question they are under siege. They're under physical threat from violent anti-Semitism, particularly in France, but also elsewhere. And they are subject to constant bombardment by the media, constant, from every direction and every angle. And there is a real risk, I think, of many members of the Jewish communities in Europe turning against Israel because they begin to believe the propaganda, or they become so demoralized by it, or they just want to distance themselves. And there's nothing more dangerous for the state of Israel, and I believe for our Western democracy as well, than Jews turning en masse against Israel. So I think it's very important to preach to the choir. I do preach sometimes to the non-choir, and I do that mainly when I go and talk at universities, when invariably there are many or most people are actually have an opposing view to mine. And I quite often get accused of being anti-Muslim. Quite often, I'm not anti-Muslim, and I'm able to shut those people up in quite a unique way that not many people can do. Because when I get accused of being anti-Muslim, I can take out of my pocket. I haven't got it here. I wasn't expecting to be accused of being anti-Muslim. Maybe I will. But I can take out of my pocket 3 medals that I've been awarded by Muslim countries, by Islamic countries, for defending their countries and their people. So that generally tends to shut them up. What I would say is, knowing how much the IDF are friends of the UK, I can't stand by and watch while Israel, the IDF, is maligned. I couldn't stand by and watch British soldiers being attacked and accused of war crimes if I knew they hadn't done it, or American soldiers, or South African soldiers. And I'm not prepared to stand by and watch the IDF being maligned, and that's a simple answer to that question, and that's why I will continue, despite, I mean, I do come under a lot of pressure, but I'm still going to stand up and fight for the state of Israel, for the truth about the state of Israel, because it's so important to us.